Good evening, friends. In today's world, it's most important to have the best contacts. Your value is assessed with what kind of and how many people you are in contact with and what kind of relationship you hold with them. So everything revolves around building smart contacts. In buildings, so today I'll be talking to you and sharing my views on how to build contacts and smartly develop them. In building contacts, there are few major points. Firstly, you must be well versed, I have spoken earlier, and master in the art of introduction. And in the art of introduction, when you are being introduced, what all you should keep in your mind. And third point, important point, is facilitating. So, all things put together, they are common points of all my talk which comes and which help you in building smart contacts smartly. As I said earlier, your first impression is the best impression. It determines the future of all your relationships. Now, whenever you go for your self-introduction, you got to introduce yourself. Remember, to introduce yourself, greet the person with a smile. Very important. Greet the person with a smile. Give details like name and employment and offer to shake hands. Make sure your hand is not moist or wet. Do not give too many honorific to yourself when you introduce your name. It expresses arrogance. Your name is enough, and put humbly, that has got a great effect. Inquire about other person's name and occupation. If the person is interested in talking to you, take the conversation to the next level gradually. Remember, always limit yourself to discussing general topics. Little work and interest, the person interest and hobbies, he will love to talk about that. In fact, when you talk about person's interest and hobbies, you'll get lead questions. Talk about on those areas only, those subjects only, you'll feel further happy and gradually build a rapport is built between both of you. Listening is an important aspect in building contacts smartly. Hand over your card and ask when you should get in touch with him next time. Offering more than one card is considered unprofessional. It's wrong. Request the other person's card if he is not in a higher position than you. Or else wait for him to offer it himself or herself. This is what you should remember when you are introducing yourself, self-introduction. When you are being introduced to somebody, remember, once a person is introduced to you, repeat his name when greeting him. Stand during the introduction if you happen to be sitting and he walks in and you are being introduced. It's a bad manners to keep sitting and offer your hand and shake hand. Get up, stand firmly, honor him. Use his name many times in the conversation so that you remember his name and you don't forget. If you are not sure of the pronunciation, it's no harm asking him may I know how it is pronounced. If you forget his name, say sorry and ask him again, request him again to tell you. You will remember it. If he forgets your name, offer with a smile on your face happily. Don't take it as an offense. It's normal. Person may forget when we're meeting for the first time your name. Refrain from dropping the title and using his first name till the time person becomes comfortable, relaxed, and he himself or herself allows you to do it. When accepting a card, look at for a few seconds and place it in a planner or a business card holder or business card case for safe custody. Be confident, be polite and warm during the entire conversation till the time you depart. There is no question of sulking, sagging, or giving the impression that you are yawning, giving the impression that you're getting bored. Keep the conversation live and warm. Remember, listening more than talking is the cardinal principle in building good relationships. Now, how do you facilitate this introduction to greater relationship or a deeper relationship? Before introducing you're facilitating introduction of two people, you know them, but they don't know each other. So you become a facilitator. Introducing two people to each other. Before introducing two people to each other, consider if both can benefit from each other meeting or being friendly. If suppose you're introducing two person and only one person is getting benefited and the other won't, he show that much of interest, or he may not be forthcoming. You have to ensure as a facilitator and express explicitly that both are going to get benefit in each other's company. Consider the credibility of both the persons and emphasize that they are believable, credible, and worth making friends for. Be very straightforward about the purpose of the introduction. Meaningless, aimless introduction and facilitating between two people will die its natural death in a very short life. If the person seeking the introduction is not credible, refuse the proposal politely and don't take with the people unnecessarily. To be introduced to the people who hold some respect, some status, or some credibility in the society. When introducing two people, name of the person being introduced is mentioned last. Always introduce the person in the lower rank to the person in higher rank. Avoid commanding instructions. It's better to say, this is Mr. Ram, then meet Mr. Ram. Meet Mr. So-and-so. It's a wrong way. Say, this is Mr. So-and-so. It's a polite way. Keep the forms of address equal. Both friends should feel that they are given equal weightage. The way to introduce two people affects the image they will have of each other. You can add appreciative words about them. Make sure your appreciation suits the context and the purpose of introduction. After completing the introduction, exchange some pleasant conversation. Crack a light joke. Make them laugh. Generate that eagerness in both of them that they should have a desire to meet again. And excuse yourself from there slowly and allow them to converse alone for some time. Remember, remaining in contact depends upon how well you are being introduced, how well you introduce yourself, and how best facilitated you are in bringing two strangers together. My dear friend, today is the world of connectivity. They call it vitamin C, vitamin connection. Without that, you are of nowhere. Remember, if you want to be powerful, make friends with people with power, and